Hi friends and fellow earth angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to my pick a card reading. And sticking with my angel theme from my weekly read that was out Sunday, I am going to do archangels today. So I have the Archangel Michael, the Archangel Raphael, and the Archangel Gabriel. And the card books, there's Archangel Michael, there's Archangel Raphael's card book, and Archangel Gabriel. So the angels for me come from the highest vibration of unconditional love. I call that God, could be source, creator, universe, energy, whatever that is to you, unconditional love vibration. And for me, the archangels are part of what I like to call this corporation. So if you can think about the energies that I work with and we work with as intuitives, you think about God. God is the number one. He's like the president of a corporation. The archangels are like, I see them as like the CFOs, the COOs, the VPs of a corporation, the ascended masters like Jesus and Mother Mary and the saint energy. They're like the managers and the assistant managers of this system. And then our loved ones on the other side, I see them as the workers. So they're the ones that are closest to you. They're in it, they're doing the work, and they're all different vibrations, but they're all part of the whole that keeps things functioning and keeps things as a whole. So there is no, this one's better, that one's better. Should I work with this one? Should I work with that one? Each energy has its unique vibration and its gifts that it offers, this unconditional love vibrational energy, which many of us are learning about that. We're going into this space of where do I shine my light, and what gifts do I have right now that I can offer my family, my community, my friendships, my network, and then the grander collective. So this is the space that we're in right now. So Archangel Michael is the angel of protection. He helps us move through worries and fears. So he helps us with courage, taking a leap, and he's also a protector energy. So maybe you're feeling fearful right now, or maybe you've had some challenges. Maybe you need to kind of embark on that next step. Maybe you want to pick the Archangel Michael. The Archangel Raphael. Raphael is the healer energy. He helps us. He's the angel of miracles. He helps us with health and healing. He's the angel that helps us to move through addictions or addictive tendencies or behaviors. He also helps with money and finances. So maybe if you're feeling guided to those situations, maybe you want to pick the Archangel Raphael. And then Archangel Gabriel his name means the voice of God. And Gabriel helps us use our voice. He helps to empower us to speak our truth. And he's also the visionary too. And as we're tapping into that intuition, he can help us with clear signs and symbols that show us the steps to take. Remember, we're co-creating with this energy. We're not giving our power to, we're accessing it so that we can shine our light on the planet. So Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. I am going to shuffle the cards so that you can see me pick them and how they come out. If you don't care to see what cards come out and how they come out, you can skip ahead to the opening. We'll start with the Archangel Michael. So, all right. Let me start with the first card. I have multiple energies, so I'm going to start first with shuffling through the deck of Healing with the Angels. Actually, sorry about that. I should show you the book. Healing with the Angels. Let me begin. All right, Michael, what card would you like for your group? Actually, I think I'm gonna go with this one. Michael and Raphael. So as I pull, typically I shuffle, and if none pop out, I do this 1, 2, 3. It's a system, but not really a system. But I know some people ask, like, how do I pick or how do I choose? And so there really is no science to it. It really goes on feeling, and it always works out. So the next deck I'm going to pull from is the lessons. Oh boy, I didn't pull out the book. So this is Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh. Soul's Journey by James Van Praagh. And all right, Michael, this is going to be the lessons. I love this deck for lessons. So Michael and, the Archangels, I'm going to ask that this be the lesson that they see that you're learning right now. Or how to help you move through the experiences that you're having right now. Okay, Michael. What card would you like for the group? Michael. Raphael. And Gabriel. Gabriel's copper. He sends pennies. On a penny it says, "In God we trust." Use your voice. Speak up. All right. Lessons. Then we have so we're working with a lot of higher vibrational energies. So I wanted to ground the energy with crystal angels. All right, beautiful crystal energy. Michael, what crystal would you like to bring forth for us? And Raphael. Raphael is the healer. His color is emerald green. He sends Santa Claus energy. He brings joy when we're needing healing. So maybe if you need some joy, he sends the jolly green giant on the can of corn and peas. Well, that's his card. And Gabriel. Gabe. What card would you like? The collective. I'm feeling this one. And finally, we're going to go right to source, right to that high vibration of unconditional love, where you go with the love and light cards. Love and light. All right, so let's start with Michael. Michael's the protector. Michael sends sirens, fire trucks, ambulances. When you hear those sirens, it means help's on the way. You're not alone. Remember, emergency responders, they only know there's an emergency unless somebody picks up the phone and calls. So we have to pray, call on this energy, ask them for assistance. All right, Mike. Big Mike. Big Mike. Michael. Raphael. Whoop. Let's go with this one. And Gabriel. Gabriel. Healing. Our voice. Throat chakra. Gabriel. Let's go with this one. All right. So those are my cards. I think it helps to validate if you watch me pick out the cards. You know that I didn't choose them ahead of time, and you could see how they all came out. And let's put the piles together. All right. So Michael. Raphael. If you haven't chosen yet, you're not sure, let's give you a moment. All right. Once again, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel. And I'm going to open space by calling in all our guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, any beings of light that'd like to assist, God, Source, Creator. And I'm going to ask, of course, the Archangels, Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good and the best and highest good of all concerned. I'm also going to ask that the messages that come through, they come through loud and clear for all of us. So let's start with Michael. And if you chose the Archangel Michael, again, he is the protector. He sends sirens, fire trucks, ambulances, cop cars, sometimes car alarms to get our attention, right? Help's on the way. You're not alone. So his messages today are: keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Oh, look at that. Keep your eye on the prize, people. So the prayer says, thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dreams. This is a great card. It goes along with my weekly reading, the Sunday read, clearing out distractions. And the Healing Angels card is study. We're in a period where we're watching. We're keeping an eye on experiences and what's happening, and you're learning. The lesson that our Archangel Michael sees that we're learning through all this is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Powerful. And the crystal angel, clear quartz. Clear quartz is very cleansing. It says, let yourself feel all your emotions. Whew, it says your entire rainbow spectrum of feeling is sending you important messages and guidance. Friends, this is a intense week, and we're learning how to access intuition through emotions. We're doing a lot of clearing and cleansing right now, which is no coincidence that the clear quartz came out, because it's such a cleansing stone. And finally, God's message: pure and unconditional love. It says, speak to the earth and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you. Oh, man. Okay, let's see. Let's get all these cards on the table. God, there's so much to say. It's interesting. I don't know if you can hear that beeping. Somebody's backing up into the space. Talk about getting attention, right? Did I just say like car alarms? And I don't know if you could hear that, but I was just talking about Michael and car alarms, and here we hear this beeping. So that's Michael. See, you can't make this stuff up, friends. So keep your eyes on your targeted intention. Study. Let yourself. Okay, so distraction. That's a message that came up in the weekly read. And I feel like it's here again. And the universe is kind of pushing us outside of our comfort zone right now. Many people are separating from old beliefs, old ways of doing things, people, places, things. And so as you're in this place of separation, you're going into a space of learning how to nurture yourself, comfort yourself. You're learning, this is that study card, you're learning how to access your own power. Earth angels, everybody is an earth angel on some level. So my intention with using that word isn't to separate. We're all earth angels on some level. We're all here to learn. So it is an expanded vibration. But when we come into this space a little more sensitive, just like some people are guided to be really great lawyers and doctors, and some people are guided to be really great teachers, and some people... Oh gosh, here comes the sirens again, friends. Can you hear it? There's Michael again. I hope you can hear it. It's like loud. Whoop. It's done. All right. This is what I mean about Michael. Michael can be kind of a show off. And I mean that in the most endearing way. But he shows up to kind of get his point across. So if if you doubted about learning and studying, maybe some of you are thinking about going back to school. Maybe you're all kind of going into that space of like, maybe I got to study. And I can say most often, friends, it may not be the traditional way. You might be accessing education through spiritual teachers and mentors. In other countries, you may be guided to go. But remember, studying and learning is happening all around us. I was just saying about some people are guided to be doctors and lawyers, and and then there are just some people that are guided to be intuitives and channel that energy. It's all good, friends. And so I feel like Michael is saying, like, as you're going through all this clearing, this separation, again, it's a super funky time and energy right now. It's weird. There's a lot of separation energy. There's a lot of self-empowerment. And that doesn't mean I'm better and they're not. It's more about like, how are you going to step up for yourself? How are you going to let yourself feel all the emotions? So you have challenges right now. People are coming into your space and really challenging your values. And I don't mean it as a bad thing, but they're really pushing, myself included. I mean, a lot of us had a really big weekend with aha moments and breakdowns. And, one of the things that I was faced against, like, girl, what are you worth? And what is your value? And how are you going to step up to yourself? And I can tell you, I felt like I was in a lion's den, and there's lots of tears and a lot of breakdowns, and it all is part of the learning process. It's all good. It goes back to this honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. This is detaching from like, how dare you, how could you, and going back in yourself. The experience that I had, I had to really fight like heck to stay in my own body. I had to fight like heck to stay in my own space. But I can tell you, friends, I have cleared so much energy that it's opened up more creativity for me, more energy, more ideas. So if you're feeling stuck and stagnant, guess what? Going to those feelings, allowing to be in your emotions. So, one of the things that came up for me is my power and feeling powerless over situations and not having control of them. And, what kept coming up for me is what's done is done. Like, you can't go back and fix things. You can't go back and make them better. But what you can do is you can learn from them. And so my solar plexus, God, that sick feeling. And again, like I said, it's all good, even though it's not good in the emotion. But I learned how to access that emotion and really sit with my body and just feel it out and breathe through it. So maybe some of you are going to be guided to create sacred space for yourself. Again, this was part of the message of the Sunday read. And, I think Michael is saying, like, fear not. Don't be afraid of those emotions, those feelings. Don't be afraid of those ideas and those thoughts are coming up that maybe it's time to leave. Maybe it's time to do something else. Maybe it's time to let this go. Maybe it's time to accept that this is where you are right now. And I understand it's not always easy. So even holding a clear quartz crystal is powerful. But no, pure unconditional love, this highest vibration of unconditional love and God vibration, will be honest with you. God isn't an enabler. He is not a coddler. God is really, for me, I feel like God vibration is the will to keep going. It's this force and this power within you to help you remember who you truly are. And when you access that energy from pure unconditional love, it invokes this power, this energy, this force within you. It expands your vibration. And I feel like this is God speaking to us saying, God, little lamb, I'm holding you. I'm supporting you. I'm loving you. And I feel like, God, this is how I felt this weekend. As much as, I had, just shadow stuff. I dealt with shadow stuff that, frankly, I had been avoiding, that I had been putting off, that I knew needed to happen. And now the energy has been cleared, and I feel like this whole weekend I've been in this safe space. So sometimes seeing yourself in this vibration can help. God is saying, you might not always be able to hear him and see him, but he's saying, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up through the earth. I've been getting lots of signs lately. The number 33 has been coming up a lot. It's a Trinity vibration. It's for me, it makes me think of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit energy. the masculine and feminine energy and balance energy. So as you're paying attention and you're here in the present moment, I feel like God, source, and creator is showing up for us with signs. I had people reach out to me that frankly, I was surprised about, but it was exactly what I needed. So I feel like Michael is helping to open up doors for you from unexpected places. I feel like answers and guidance is going to come from unexpected places. And this is where God is saying, be here, be present. When you're so far in your mind and shoulda, coulda, wouldas and have tos and shoulds and future, how, when, and what if, you're missing everything in the present moment. So often, as I'm looking around, I see things, even in my home environment, I look around and I'm thinking, God, I never thought of that before. I never noticed that before. And it got me thinking this morning. It just happened this morning. And I was thinking, God, what else am I missing? What am I missing? Because I'm so stuck in my head and in this space of trying to figure everything out. So I feel like there's this space that's showing us, keep your eyes on the prize. And basically it's how you want to feel. Let me read his message once again. It says, thank you. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for helping me focus on my inner vision and intention. I ask for your guidance in releasing any fears or doubts, granting me the confidence and courage to take action towards realizing my dreams. So maybe, friends, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. Maybe there's going to be separations and shifts and changes that, it's going to be hard. You're a loving being. You love and you care and you're powerful and you're strong and you've been helping people and supporting people, but you're also conserving your energy right now. So it is okay to ask yourself, what is for my best and highest good? What is truth? And I can tell you, this source will never lie. It will always tell you the truth. And I can tell you, friends, sometimes some truths are hard to hear and hard to see, but it's all good. So we're in this expansive place of movement, of shifting. I feel like there's this portal, this gateway of energy opening up for us, and we can step through it, or we can continue with more of the same. I don't mean that in a doom and gloom way, but I want to shine a light on the fact that the portal's open, the gateway's open, the door is open, and it's now time for us to kind of walk through. So calling on Michael, calling on that highest vibration of unconditional love, like I said, I call it God vibration, and asking them to propel us forward. You're standing in your power right now. You're big, you're strong, you're expansive, you're amazing, and the universe is helping us see that. Beautiful. All right, friends. Again, very cool message. So thank you, Michael. Thank you for your messages. And if you are ending your reading here, thank you for watching. And you can skip ahead to the closing if you'd like, where I close down the energy. There's just a few announcements. All right. So now we will work with Archangel Raphael. All right, Raphael, what you got for us? So the first card is Jesus, the divine healer. Oh, I love this. His message says, the message says, Dear Jesus, thank you for your divine healing power and presence. Jesus has really carried me through this last week. He's been a powerful energy. Jesus to me is the brother energy. And the brother energy for me is warmth. It's partnership. It's teamwork. Jesus has got this incredible loving energy, very supportive. Remember, Jesus loved the prostitutes. He loved the poor. He loved the sick. He loved the wealthy. He loved everyone just the same. And I feel like this vibration is expanding on the planet right now. I hate to bring attention to it, but there's this separate and divide energy out there in so many pockets of our life and our systems and our like corporations or just planet Earth. And I feel like Jesus is kind of reminding us that, he's going to help us with this divine healing power. All right, so blessings, beautiful, telling you through this power. So, if I mentioned in my last Michael read how I myself have gone through some difficulties and some challenges, and Jesus was the one that I nestled closer to, and I feel like his message was constantly see the blessings in this situation, see the gifts, see the beauty in these challenges. And if you're going through some health problems or needing some healing right now, know that there are blessings. There's light in the darkness. And I feel like Jesus can be that warm beacon of light. All right, what is Raphael's lesson that he sees we're learning? Worry. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Whoa. Well, that's a powerful statement. Because so many of us can be, so it's the worry that really robs us of our energy. How, when, what if, and especially when there's finances involved, especially when there's health involved, addictive tendencies. I feel like part of this is willpower in the healing. That's a word that I feel like that's coming up, that these adversities, whether it be food, whether it be an illness, a sickness, whether it be a challenging person in your life. Maybe you've got people in your life that are struggling with addiction and you're worrying about them. Maybe it's finances. Again, Raphael helps with healing our finances and bringing in money. So maybe you're worrying about that and you're asking for your financial situation to be healed. So I feel like this is coming up in an aspect of like willpower. We're going to need that strength to keep moving forward. All right, so the earth energy, the crystal energy is moonstone. Heightened intuition. Be extra aware of your inner knowingness as it's trustworthy. So I feel like this message is saying right now, more than ever, the answers are within. The answers are in your intuition, within, in this high vibration of unconditional love. Jesus says that we've come to this planet to learn, and it's through difficulties and challenges and experiences that we learn. And I just read in my Jesus Calling book that, it basically said that if you're expecting or waiting for things to be perfect, for things to be right, then you're giving yourself false hope that it's through the challenges and difficulties. But I can tell you, friends, when you release this worry, because what's going to happen is once you get through that financial situation, something else will come up. There'll always be something. Now, I really want to clear the energy. It's not a doom and gloom thing, but each time you learn, each time you heed the advice and each time you shift your energy through these challenges, what's going to happen lessens the impact and speeds up the recovery process. A lot of times, friends, I learn through other people and their experiences. So as an empathic person, sometimes it's painful to be part of that, but it's learning through it. And so if I can separate from the victim energy, the I'm being punished energy, the self-doubt and self-sabotage energy, I can rise above it and saying, okay, God, I got it. Yep, I see that pattern. Yep, I see that's where my shadow stuff is. Yep, I see where the work is. And it becomes powerful. And I have to say, lately it's been going into my intuition, accessing that power from within. This is the gift that we have as spiritual beings, as beings of light on the planet. So I feel like the moonstone is coming in to teach us about our inner knowingness, that we have put our how do I say it? We have put our value and worth. Is that how I want to say it? When we're not sure, we can put the validity on our intuition on what other people say. And there'll always be somebody or something to back up your point. And so, for example, I had an experience a while back where I was being told that, for example, it's important to warm up my car in the morning. And my car dealership company told me that I didn't need to warm up the car. It's a safety thing that the car operates, get in it and go. And so it's funny because we both Googled, is it good to warm up your car in the morning or not? And we both got our own answer. There were some articles that said, yes, it is. And there are some articles that says it doesn't matter. So in that moment, I realized, like, it doesn't matter, what other people say or do. It matters, like, what's right for you, and what works for you, because there'll always be an adversary. There'll always be somebody who says no. There'll always be somebody that says yes. And this is where you have to go within your intuition and say, okay, what is right for me? What works for me? And what's happening is we're having some leaders and some people that we've put we've put above our own intuition. There have been people in our lives that we've trusted, that we thought knew better than us. Maybe we put people on a pedestal, and what's happening is pedestals topple. I say that all the time to my clients. Please don't put me on a pedestal. Please don't think that I know everything. I'm accessing this information from a higher place, through the heart, but I'm still human too. I make mistakes. I do dumb things. I just, I'm a human. So, we're all shifting, we're all changing, and what's happening is we're separating from codependency, we're separating from dependence, and we're learning how to empower ourselves and access the blessings through our heightened intuition. And it's worry that's going to slow us down. And Jesus says, give me the worry, leave it up to me, shift the energy, be a good human, and I will show up for you and clear the way. And finally, God's message, express yourself through creativity. It says, praise his name with dancing, accompanied by tambourine and harp. Oh, I love it. This is saying laugh and play and sing and dance, friends. He's saying be joyful. So part of your emotional guidance system is your stomach and your heart. So when your heart opens up and expands, so I love music. I love all different kinds of music. Sometimes I'm listening to reggaeton. Sometimes I'm listening to gospel. Sometimes I'm listening to Eminem and rap music. Sometimes I'm listening to Taylor Swift. Or other times I'm listening to Rob Zombie. And I love every single aspect of it. Each time, depending on the mood that I'm in, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel strong, it makes me feel motivated and empowered. But I really have to check in with my intuition saying, okay, what do I need to listen to? If I'm in a difficult place, I'm really not going to go to the heavy metal rock music. I go to the heavy metal rock music when I need to move energy. When I'm in this place of really needing nurturing and loving light, sometimes I'll go to like the airy fairy and the celestial music. And I feel like this is how you're accessing your creativity. I feel like God is saying, friends, things are going to get challenging and difficult, but it needs to. Know that it has to in order to shift energy. And he's saying you can transform it and transmute it through your own creativity, through your own creative gifts. So for example, I love doing these card readings. It's part of my creativity. I have different setups and I have flowers and tablecloths and then I access my intuition through it and I feel really good and it's empowering. So I feel like, as we're going through the healing and there's worries and challenges and difficulties, know that there's blessings coming in, and God says shift the energy through creativity. Get back to those projects you want to do. Get back to music. Be out with people that make you feel good. Maybe it's going dancing. Maybe it's kind of coming out of your comfort zone. If you've kind of been in a bubble and isolation, just really protect your energy and go out with people that are really uplifting you. I had lunch yesterday with a friend and it just really made me happy, and I forgot what it was like to just go out and have a yummy dinner and just enjoy my food, enjoy my company, and laugh and hug. And it just felt good, So this is the kind of like the little tug that says, if you've been in that space of isolation and deep healing, I feel like it's saying, get out in a safe space, go enjoy, be around with good people, keep your energy pure, laugh and play and sing and dance. I love it. Thank you, Raphael. It was beautiful. All right, so let's close up this space. And thank you for watching. And let's move on to the next. All right, friends, we have Archangel Gabriel. If you chose Archangel Gabriel, again, he is the visionary. He is the angel of communication, speaking our truth, using our voice. He helps with creative writing and public speaking. If you're in customer service, ask Gabriel to watch over your phone so that you're getting the phone calls that will inspire and uplift you and also help you learn instead of all the people who are calling to like dump, their stuff on you. Ask him to be like a transmuter. Gabriel sends pennies. On a penny it says, "In God we trust." He's asking us to use our voice right now. So let's get into his messages. This card says creative expression. It says God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. Write that book. Journal. You never know. Sometimes people journal and you never know, it could become a book. I know I've been podcasting and using my voice in my podcast. The link is below in the descriptions. If you don't know, Heavenly Hugs, it's a podcast guided by angels. And that's the way I use creative expression. I have to say, for me right now, writing seems a little daunting. So I like to do videos. I like to do card readings. I like to talk. I like to use my voice. And so that's how I am finding creative ways to express myself. So maybe this is a calling for you. If you're working through feelings and emotions right now, journaling and writing down how you're feeling can be an access point for you to see how far you're coming and how far you're going. Okay, so the healing message, focus. What's so funny, friends? When I opened up the box to pull out this deck, this card popped out and fell on the table, and I took it as a sign for myself. I'm like, oh yeah, yep, I know, I need to focus. As I talk about, I have a hard time sitting down and staying still long enough to write. Focus comes up. So same thing for you is focus. So one of the things that I'm getting is, empathic people, sensitive people, intuitives, probably most of you, if not all of you who are watching this, can be challenged with procrastination sometimes and being motivated, only because we've just got all energy slinging around all over us. And my cousin told me that creating good habits is sometimes better than trying to find motivation. Now, what that means is when you wake up in the morning and your habit is to put your feet on the floor and go get your coffee. It's not something that you think about. For me, in the morning, I set the coffee pot at night. I wake up in the morning, I take a few deep breaths, I get out of bed, I go make my coffee, I come back in bed and I open up my Jesus book, my Book of Awakening book, I sit in meditation, and that has become a habit. It's not something I think about anymore, and it's not something that I need to be motivated for. So if you can start small and focus on what it is that you need right now. So if you need to create space to write or do that creative project or make changes, I feel like the focus card is like you've got to put your time and energy into what it is that you want to do, but you have to kind of create a habit with it. And your habit is, to take a shower, you eat dinner, what else do? You have to get in your car and start it up. I mean, that's a habit. It's something that you have to do. You can't go without starting your car. So there's these routines and these systems that we have. And so I feel like discipline, with a lot of us, we want to fight against like the idea or the word discipline. We can be rebellious and nobody's going to tell us. And sometimes we end up rebelling against ourselves. So I feel like the universe is saying, hey, focus on creating good habits for yourself, good energy for yourself that's going to fuel you. So, exercise isn't a have to, it's part of your habit. You just get up and do it. It's not anything that you think about. So focusing on those things and that energy, and moving your energy away from the things that are distracting you and pulling you away from that. So what Gabriel sees that you're learning about right now is forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Okay, so I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So forgiveness. So this card for me, the message I get, or the intuitive guidance that I get on it, is forgiving yourself for what you may or may not have done. Time is a thing for me. I'm going to be 40 next year. Well, not next year. I'm going to be 40 this year. And so these last couple of years have been really challenging with me and age. And it's something that I've moved through, but it brought up a lot of what have I done with my life? Where am I going? What do I really want? Time's running out. All these crazy ego, earthly thoughts. And throughout this last year into this year, I've really had to forgive myself for the things that I've done and the things that I didn't do. I really struggled with wasting time and what am I doing? And I forgot that I've done a lot of growth and expansion. And I am a completely different person from who I was even January last year. And so forgiving yourself for what you may or may not be doing. And then also forgiving others for what they may or may not have done to you, or what they may or may not be doing for themselves. So it's by being able to forgive, it's that energy of I forgive you and I set myself free. So I had an experience recently that I really struggled with forgiveness. I really had to sit down and release it. So we harbor the energy of unforgiveness in our liver, our gallbladder, and our spleen. It invokes the emotion of anger and resentment and frustration. So it's along in between your shoulder blades. It's a source of where, I usually say when life gets heavy, that fires up because it's kind of where our angel wings connect. And so when we can access that energy, so Angel Uriel and Angel Daniel are really great angels that can help you with forgiveness. And so I had to really breathe in those areas, because I'll tell you, my back got fired up and I could feel the pain, and it's like an annoying knot. And for me, it's like somebody taking a dull poker and sticking it in my back. And it's annoying and it's frustrating, and I would ignore it and I would push it off. So after this experience I had, I just was reminded to sit with it. My body's screaming at me for something. My body's trying to tell me that it's hurting, and it's really going up into the emotions. So I sat with that pain. I sat with that annoyance. I sat with the frustration. I breathed through it. And I forgave myself. I forgave, that other person. And it really, now I have to say that the emotions didn't really completely go away, but each time I revisit the experience or it pops up in my mind, it has less and less impact on me. But I have to say, it's given me more fuel for the fire. It's given me more energy to create and be empowered. So when you hang on to unforgiveness, how dare you, or how could you? Sometimes we think it's this illusion of protection that if I forgive them, that they're going to come back. And that's not what it means. Sometimes we use unforgiveness as a shield of protection, but it really kind of just it eats away at our insides, like I said, and fires up, and it really kind of brings out the energy of bitterness. How dare you, or how could you? And of course, that energy is going to come up. It's part of being a human. It's part of experience. It's going to happen. But if you can learn how to access those feelings and use it to transform and release, and eventually turn it into something, a teachable moment or a source of empowerment. So the experience that I recently had, I've already been able to use it to teach and empower and uplift. So I was able to transform it, and that feels good. Orange is the energy of, it's so funny because we have orange and yellow here. So this is solar plexus energy, which is our stomach, as I was saying earlier, accessing our emotional guidance system. Things that our stomach, when our stomach bottoms out, it means that it's a no. You know, when we're thinking about an experience or something comes up, your body, when your stomach gets fired up or you feel your pit of your stomach drop out, your body's telling you no. It's putting up a wall. It's putting up a stop sign that says stop. And it means like no for now. It doesn't mean no forever, but right now it's a no. When your heart opens up and expands, it's this loving energy, even though your mind might say, this is crazy, it's insane, what are you thinking? But your heart is like, yes, I'm going to do this. It's very feminine energy. So we have heart energy, we have solar plexus energy, and we have sacral energy. So we're the people who chose this right now, Gabriel's energy. I feel like even just focusing your energy on your solar plexus and your sacral center. Your sacral center is about like, I don't know, like an inch or two below your belly button. It's your pleasure, it's your joy, it's your chi, it's your energy powerhouse, it's your creative energy. And so really even just you listening to some YouTube videos or doing a chakra meditation or clearing on the heart, the solar plexus and the sacral chakra can be really powerful for you right now, so that you're accessing intuition and invoking that energy of Gabriel. All right, so I haven't even pulled the other two cards yet. All right, so the earth, the crystal that I pulled is jade, and the card is wellness. The recovery of health and wellness is here. So I feel like this is emotional. I feel like this is emotional healing. I feel like it's emotional feeling and clearing. And through these experiences, working with your emotional guidance system, again, with the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart center. Look here, we have more green, more heart energy. Maybe this is a message for you to work on your heart to, I had some experiences recently that really challenged me and shutting down my heart. It would have been so easy to just shut my heart and just kind of like give up, which I think I did for half a second. But of course, my armies of angels and guides were like, girl, you've come too far. So I feel like there's this heart energy, this healing energy that's coming up right now. The recovery of health and wellness is here. So I feel like the universe is saying right now that you're going through all this stuff for a reason, and you're on your way to be able to access this higher energy, this insight, this clarity to be able to share with the world. Let me see. Let me pause for a moment. So if you're thinking about writing a book, if you're thinking about channeling or creating a project, classes, things like that, I feel like Gabriel is saying, sometimes the thought is, well, there's so many books out there and this has been said so many times before, and I'm saying that you have a particular way of saying it and doing it. You have a unique way that's your information is going to be a magnet for a whole group of people. And in spirituality, as a spiritual teacher, we know that people need to hear things and see things and feel things over and over and over again until they get it. It's just part of the process, myself included. I mean, this weekend I was like, girl, how many times? And my other power is like, I know. Oh, okay, I get it. How painful does it need to be? So I feel like the jade is coming up as like showing you like there's this healing that's coming through, and knowing that the universe needs right now the knowledge and wisdom and the keys that came inside of you, the gifts. You've come here with this information. There's a lot of books and energy out there now that really is part of an old vibration that was channeled in a different energy. And so things are shifting now, where the planet's is ascending and moving into a higher vibration of energy, meaning we have more access to knowledge and wisdom. There's more openness and expansion than ever before. And so the knowledge and wisdom and ideas that you're getting up, I'm saying be confident in that, and know that like the work that you're putting out is part of the healing for people. The energy that you're creating through your voice, through your intuition, through your joy and your pleasure is accessing healing for other people as well. So it's natural as a caregiver to want to help and support people, but you can do it through your own joy and laughter. All right, let's just listen to God's card. So God's message is the gift of love and light. Look at this beautiful spirited being. I love it. So the message says, no one lights a lamp and then covers it with a bowl or hides it under a bed. A lamp is placed on a stand where its light can be seen by all who enter the house. Friends, this is Gabriel saying, as I just talked about, healing and the knowledge and wisdom that you have inside of you. It's not to be covered up. I feel like they're saying, like, God, for so long, us light beings have been covering ourselves up. We've been dulling our light. So recently I was clearing through the energy of me being too much. So my love is big. My depth of wisdom as a triple Cancer is intense and strong. And so I would dull my light because I thought it would be too much for people. But what I realized is that I was accessing and connecting to the wrong type of vibrations and energies. Not good or bad, just not what I needed to co-create with. And so this last, couple weeks, I've been working on like shining my light. This is why you're seeing more of these readings coming out. This is why you're going to see more classes and more webinars and things that are coming out as I ignite the light within. So do you remember those old lamps, as we talk about light? Do you remember those old lamps that would have like it wasn't a wick. It was, I don't know what it was. It was, it was like a material. And what you did was you lit it, oil lamps, that's what it was, an old oil lamp. And you lit it. And what you could do is like you could turn up like this material or whatever it was, you could turn it up and it would get bigger, or you could turn it down and it would get smaller. And they used it a lot, like, when, we didn't have access to electricity or even the expense of it. And I feel like what's happening for us right now, and with this card, it's almost like that has been turned down, and we've been stumbling in the dark a little bit, and all we had to do is really turn it up and it would get brighter. And I feel like that's what's happening with us, with all this knowledge and wisdom and information that's coming out. I feel like the universe is asking us to turn up the oil lamp, turn it up and get more light, bring in more energy. It's a gift, right? It's a gift in the energy. So I feel like God is saying, friends, nobody's going to turn on a light and put it under a bed. You wouldn't even do that, right? It sounds crazy to do that. And I feel like that's what God is saying. Like, it's nuts for you to say that you're not worthy. It's kind of crazy to say that you can't and you shouldn't. You have this gift that was implanted in you, these seeds that are growing. So I feel like these are for the people of service, the people, the healers, the people who are out there, the counselors, the intuitives. I feel like the universe is saying, or even Gabriel in this reading is saying, be ready. I am going to be downloading you with more information. And based on the law of attraction, it could seem like everybody's doing it, but you're in that vibration and that collective of energy of the community. But know that the world, there's billions of people in this world who don't have access to this, who need the information. And I don't mean it in a needy way, who will thrive on the stuff that you're putting out there. So I look forward to working with y'all. Look forward to helping and assisting. if you need support and guidance, if you need some, energy work, or you need some support, please call on me. You book an appointment, come in. Most of the time, you just need a session or two to really supercharge your energy. And it's really about, it's not that you don't have it. What I do really validates in such an empowering way what you already know. And, my gift is to be able to uncover the shadow. I shine a light on the shadow and give you a pathway. It's powerful, and I have people in my life who do that for me too, because again, we're human. So, man, that felt really good. That's exciting. That's exciting. So really don't fall into the trap of illusion of you shouldn't and you can't. Just ignore the haters, the people out there. Really keep yourself pure in a bubble of protection. Yeah, it feels good. All right. Close Gabriel's space. All right, Gabriel, thank you for that. Let's put them back out as we close space. All right. So as I close, I want to thank Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel for their assistance. I want to thank all your guardian angels and guides, all the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator, all beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me. It's so empowering and uplifting. And I want to ask that any healing that was started through these cards continue for as long as it needs to be done in mind, body, spirit, and emotions in all ways. And so it is, friends. All right. So if you want to book an appointment with me for a private session, the link is below. If you want to make a donation to the channel, the link is below. Connect with me on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to my channel. Please share it with people that you think can benefit. It's expansive, and there's so many people out there who are really just starting. So sharing it, liking it, subscribing, sharing in your comments how the messages are resonating, it helps me, because sometimes I put these out and I'm like, well, I believe in the power, I believe in the energy, but I don't always know how it resonates, and I don't really know where to go from here. So just by sharing how it helps and your story it just helps the community. Again, stay connected if you're looking to be uplifted and empowered. There's really no judgment in this space. I intend to create sacred space with the work that I'm doing. I am doing an opening ceremony for a health and wellness retreat the week of March 8th, 9th, and 10th. I'm going to put the link in below as well if you want to check that out. If you're looking for a retreat, if you're looking for some health and healing, physical body, spiritual work, it's with some beautiful people. I think those are my announcements. All right, if nobody's told you today, in the beautiful words of Mel Robbins, I love you, trust in the divine, trust that this power is working for you, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.